Hello everybody, welcome back to the video of today's channel. Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be talking to you about how the season's going and what we're looking forward to. Okie dokie. Why is my mouse not working? So we're going to start off at the start of the season, where we had a 1-0 defeat to Carlisle, which was could have been better, but obviously it's first game of the season, players getting warmed up for the remainder. So I wasn't really impressed by how we started in that game. I think they scored in like the 5th minute, which was obviously an early goal. We had small possession, we had 6 possession with 6 shots, and they had 29. So we didn't have that many shots. We had no shots on target, so we either went over the bar or didn't work out. Why are the fixtures bear with? So if it works, please work. So here we go. So as I was saying, we lost 1-0 to Carlisle. Hang on. Yeah, that's alright. I got that wrong, but we'll carry on with it. Well, okay. Yeah. Then we lost at home to Leyton Orient, which obviously at home wasn't the best start to the home game. Then we got a first win. Tom Nichols scored in the Carabao Cup, which was impressive. Got our first win in a Carabao Cup against Bristol Rovers. Then we went all the way to Harrogate on a Saturday to face Harrogate, and it was a 0-0 draw. Then we played Northampton on a Tuesday night. I remember I was in Spain at the time, and I remember they scored a late goal in the 93rd minute, I think. So that made them winning 3-2 by the full-time whistle, and that was at home. Another loss. We lost 2-0 to AFC Wimbledon at home. So we're getting worse and worse as we go down the results. Then we had a very impressive win against Fulham in the Carabao Cup round 2. That's when we beat them 2-0, a goal by Tom Nichols and James Balagizi. So I thought, hang on, we've beaten a championship team, we have to surely beat some League 2 team at some point. Then we did a 1-1 draw with Rochdale away. Then we go on to the Papa John's Trophy. So that was our first game of the group stage. We played Pompey, good old Portsmouth. And obviously you can't have a draw in a group stage in the Papa John's Trophy. So it was 2-2 at full time, but Crawley managed to win 6-5 on penalties. Then we had a draw away at Salford on the Saturday in September. 2-2 there. Better getting a point than losing away. Then we faced Stockport, and I don't actually remember that game. How did we win? Let's go to the live match centre. So I don't actually remember this game. It's probably a bit stupid. So you had Tilly scoring in the 5th minute to make it 1-0. Then they got an equaliser. Then they got an equaliser. Then Nick Cerula, Dom Telford made us in front for half time. So it was 2-1 to Crawley at half time. Then they got a goal back to make it 2-2. And then 4 minutes later, Nick Cerula made it 3-2, and that's how the game finished. Then we go on to losing away at Crewe, 1-0. Then in the Papa John's Trophy, we lost 3-2. So we've had 3 wins, including Carabao Cup, which wasn't the greatest. About an 8th during the season. At this point, I think we were about bottom of the table. We weren't that great, to be honest. This was when Kevin Bettey was still here. Then we lost 4-1 to Doncaster away. So we had no, I think by then we were rock bottom. Another loss on the 1st of October to Stevenage at home. So nothing at home then. And then we lost 3-0 to Grimsby away. So that's another defeat in 4, I think. Then Kevin Betsy and his assistant Dan Mitchie departed from Crawley Town. And the fans, I think, were actually very, very relieved, including myself. Obviously, we've had Lewis Young before, who is our interim manager. I think we had him before while John Yems was ill and still having, obviously, investigation into what he did to the players. So then we got our first win of the season, not of the season, but we had our first win in a while against Newport at home. If you don't remember, that was when I was mascot and my dad did a match sponsor. So I was very lucky to walk out with Nick Cerullo, number 25, blue left back. Well, can play left, what's they call it? Left. Else, like a left wing back, that's it. So that's who's good then. That was Ashton Addison and bear with me. It was Naddison Tilley. Yeah, Ashton Addison and James Tilley to make that 2-1 to Crawley at full time. Then we lost. We won 5-2 in the Pavilions Trophy to Aston Villa under 21s. It was just I think we didn't want to play too easy against them. Then we got another win against Mansfield Town, which I was very impressed with. It's basically, I think it was, we were 2-0 up by the 15th or 12th minute. Then they managed to get a draw by half time. So by that time it was 2-2 at half time. Then we managed to get a goal to secure the 3 points. Then we had 2 draws in a row. We drew away to Colchester and away to Bradford. So that was how. So in October, it's probably our best month since, I would say. Then we had our round 1 FA Cup, which I was not impressed with. We lost 4-1 to Accrington Stanley. Who are they? Exactly. So I wasn't very impressed by how we were doing in more of the, what they call it, like, cups, I would say. Then obviously we beat Fulham in the Carabao Cup to make us play Burnley away. Dom Telford scored in the 22nd minute, and then Ashley Barnes got it, made it 1-1 in the 24th minute. So it was literally goal, celebrate, sit down, boo. And then they managed to score 2 other goals in the rest of the game. Then we won against Barrow, 1-0 at home. I think Ashton Addison scored again. He's probably been on one of our best players this season. Then we lost in the 92nd minute to Walsall away, so it just wasn't that hard game. You always have a game that isn't your best. Then we won no we didn't. Then we drew 0-0 to Gillingham. By this rate, we were about 17th, I think, or 19th, somewhere between that. And then we won against Swindon on a Saturday night. It was absolute freezing. It was. I'm not telling you, my legs were cold. And luckily, I had my mum's jacket on, so my arms weren't too bad, my legs, which were absolutely cold. And then we were going to go to the Crawley Hartlepool game, but me and my dad had COVID, so we couldn't go. Well, we could go, but it was just we had that cold. And number 2, it was blooming freezing that day and that night. So we thought, we're not going to go. So, obviously I forgot to say, I think it was the Swindon game. Before that, we got our new manager called Matthew Etherington. You might have recognised his name. I kind of did to start with. Well, when my dad said they got a new manager. So let me just find a bit more about Matthew Etherington. So, Etherington will be joined by Simon Davis, who I've heard of before as well. So, Etherington joins the club from Peterborough, where he was as the Posh's under-23 manager. He's a former West Ham winger as well. Simon and Matthew have known each other since they were 11. They began their career at Peterborough before signing for Spurs. And then Simon also came from Peterborough. Also joined Tottenham from Peterborough, where he was assistant. So far it was getting better. I thought we've now got a manager who actually knows football a lot. And then we won 2-0. Oh no, I did say that, didn't I? So that was about it. A few weeks ago, I can't reveal so much, unfortunately, because we've had some news about our number 9. So, if you don't know Tom Nicol, well, if you don't know him, but I know him from family friends, and he wasn't in the squad a couple of weeks ago, so like I said, I can't reveal too much. I just found a thing on Google, it might not be true, but it says Colchester are linked with Crawley Town forward Tom Nichols. Is there anyone else interested in him? Let's have a look. Could be. Hang on, let's go to this. Crawley Observer. Crawley. Bear with, guys. The centre of. He's a number 4. So, I found an article, and it says the article also said that Tom Nichols is linked during Colchester 60k. He has had some serious offers, but of course I can't reveal too much for the moment because we don't know if it's true or rubbish. So that's all I really have to say. If you guys obviously have any questions for me at all, just drop me a message on social media, and WhatsApp if you have my number. But from me, Crawley FC Vlogs, I just want to say, Lebash.